Jennings, and this is my YouTube channel. Everything that you need to know about living in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and the greater Fredericksburg area. And we're getting after it today, talking about, I've got a list here, how much money do you need to buy a home? Now, I'm going to put out there, I am not a loan officer. I've got some notes that I've taken, and also from my experience working with lots of buyers. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about things that you should know, how much money you need to buy a home, and also things that affect your credit score and your buying power. So if this is your first time to our video, remember to tap that subscribe button and click the little bell so you get notified every single time that we put new videos out. You know, we're getting phone calls, text messages, emails from people that are moving and relocating here to the greater Fredericksburg area, and we absolutely love it. A lot of people think, Fredericksburg, where is that exactly? Well, it's 60 miles south of Washington, D.C. and 60 miles north of Richmond, which is the capital of Virginia. So we service all of these different areas, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the very first thing that is important to you when you're buying a home is your income and credit score. So in regards to your income and your credit score, if you're moving and relocating here from another state, most of the time what we have found out is that you're getting a pay raise. So income to debt ratio in regards to how much you're getting paid on a salary, and then how much debt you actually have. And we're going to go into a couple of those debt things here in just a moment. But not knowing where you guys are coming from, there's mortgage calculators and local lenders here, which we highly suggest that you contact a local lender. If you don't know anybody, just comment below. We'll get you hooked up with somebody. And transferring jobs and in general, your debt to income ratio that I talked about, start to finish, you're talking about a credit score. Now, FHA credit score, there's a certain minimum. I don't know what that is, and also conventional. There's a myth right now that you need a whole bunch of money to get a conventional loan. This is not true. We've seen people that actually have gotten a conventional loan with just as much money down as an FHA or less. So, 5 factors that influence your credit and your credit score. One is your payment history. Like I said, I've written some things down here. Number 1, the 5 factors that influence your overall credit score and your buying power. Well, number 1 is your payment history. Now, this takes into consideration how long have you been having certain credit cards? Have you been late? Have you... let's see, I'm trying to think of all these different things, because we have clients all the time that are reaching out to us and we're saying, hey, make sure that you keep up on those car payments, that the child support, anything else, the credit cards, that the banks like to see that your payment history is clean, meaning that you don't have lates, that you're keeping up. And then number 2 would be how much you actually owe on some of those credit cards. How much you owe on those credit cards. I kind of stumbled there, forgive me. But the lenders like to see 30% or lower because it boosts your credit score. Whatever algorithms are in the back end, that's been the rule of thumb. That's what the lenders like to see on your credit score, on your credit cards, to get that credit score up. And let's see, number 3 is your credit history. You know, so maybe you've had this credit card for, you know, since you've been 22, 23 years old. Who knows? Maybe you've had it when you've been 18. Or maybe you just got it when you're 30 or 40. Anyway, don't close it out. The longer you have a credit card, the better it is. And there's a couple good ones out there that don't charge you astronomical fees just to hold on to it and not use it. Or use it once a month and then you pay it, so you've got some good credit history. And I have found that to be true for myself. way back when, when I was looking to buy a house, the lender had suggested a certain credit card. I got it. And it boosts my credit score way up over time. So I was planning, not just like 30 days out, because that's not really going to do you any good. You need to plan. So this video is going to help you guys get some things in order, so when you are ready to buy and are ready to speak with a lender, that you are going to not have all those glitches that some of our clients have, just because we're all human. Number 4 is the new credit accounts. So this is a no. We don't want to open any new accounts. If at all possible, they don't like to see that, especially if you're in the process of looking for a home, and definitely not if you've already gotten a loan from a lender. They do not want you to do that. They don't want you to spend any money. If there's assets in your bank account, they want you to keep those there until you close. Don't go buy a car, washer, dryer, none of that stuff. It will hurt you and possibly lose out on that dream home that you guys are looking for. So another factor that comes into play in regards to your buying power and your purchasing power is the variety of different loans. You know, there's all kinds of loans out there, and a lot of people don't understand that they calculate different loans different ways, and it affects, like a car loan per se, that goes into one bucket, and your credit cards, that goes into another bucket, and then any other types of loans that are out there. There's a laundry list of different ones. I didn't want to get into too many details because, again, I'm not a loan officer. I'm just your local realtor, trying to give you guys some tips on, how to get a house here in the greater Fredericksburg, Virginia area. And I know how much money do you need to buy a home was my topic, and we are getting into that here shortly, but I think these foundational steps are really important before you start saving that money, and or while you're saving the money, you're doing one in the same. So a lot of people have the myth that you need all this money down. So that is why it's really, really important, if you're a buyer looking for a home, that you speak with a lender. That is our very first step. We like to get on a Zoom call with you guys, with the lender, and talk about your income, your debts, your wants, your needs, your price point, your lifestyle, all these different things, because it's really, really important at the end of the day that we get all the details possible, so we make your move just as smooth as we possibly can, and you find the dream home that you've always dreamed of having here in the greater Fredericksburg area. And another myth people have: hey, I don't have perfect credit, or you're on one of those apps like Karma Credit, which basically is just some algorithm, and it's kind of like going online trying to find the value of your home without having a professional like myself come in and actually letting you know what you could sell your house for today. So, again, all different kinds of loan programs that are out there. You don't have to have perfect credit. Now, in saying that, not having perfect credit also means that you may pay a little bit more in your interest rate. So there's all kinds of different ways that, that's why we ask those hard questions, to make sure that we get you into the best loan program possible that fits your needs, fits your budgets, and also be able to find that perfect home that you, your family, or whomever you're bringing here to the greater Fredericksburg area, that we can get into. So going down to the variety of loans, like I said, I've written a couple things down here just so I don't miss anything today. So there are a variety of loans. There's 100% loans. There are USDA, because we are rural. There are some rural areas out here, and there's actually a link where you can find, if you find a house online and you want to find out if it's eligible for that 100% financing, you just plug the address in and it tells you if it's eligible or not. Now, there is a caveat to that, and there are income limits and so forth for that USDA. There's a couple different programs also within that USDA. And then you've got the VA. For all you veterans out there, you may not know, or you do know, you 100% financing. You also have the no down payment because it gets rolled into your loan. So lots and lots of great benefits to being a VA and using your VA. There is also another program called FHA VHDA. That is another 100% financing loan. And then, of course, there's the jumbo loans and conventional loans, and then your traditional FHA loan, which basically, it used to be a lot of people were doing that FHA loan, but it has a PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. So the conventional also has the private mortgage insurance, but the difference between that FHA and the conventional is the conventional, you can actually at some point wipe it away. As to the FHA, it stays with the loan forever. It used to be once you got to 20%, they'd wipe it away, but that is not the case here in 2022. And let's see. Oh, yes. Programs you may qualify because sometimes you're moving and relocating here, and this isn't going to be your primary location, or it is going to be your primary location, but you don't want to sell that other house. You're going to rent it out. So more importantly, speaking with a loan officer to find out exactly how you're going to get that done, what needs to be done. I know most of the time they need a lease for that property saying like, hey, I got a 12-month lease already in place for the house that you're leaving. And then you give that information to the lender. They qualify that in with your income and stuff and let you know how much buying power that you actually have. And let's see. Going down the list here. So another misperception is that people buy and sell on the same day. So if you're one of those that are buying and relocating from somewhere else, we like to coordinate and reach out and speak with the other agent on the other side in the other state or other area and coordinate, and we can actually do the same transaction in the same day. You sell your house and then you buy the other once everything gets recorded and not recorded, it gets wired and the funds are there at the title company or at the attorney's office here in Virginia. So now we're getting, after we've gotten all that foundation work done, I know it was a lot. You're probably saying, hey Barb, what about how much money do I really need to buy a house? Well, there are several different things that you need when you purchase a home. So first off, you're going to need about in between $400 and $600 for a home inspection. That is if you choose to do one. You may be watching this video and the market is still demanding with multiple offers and everything that you waive that home inspection. We don't recommend that as agents, but to get you into a home, sometimes we've had buyers that have had to waive that home inspection. But if you're watching this and the market has shifted and changed as it always does, and you're doing a home inspection, that's what it is. It takes about 3 to 4 hours depending upon the size of the home. Could take a little bit larger if you have a larger home. And they go through, and it's twofold. One, they tell you how the mechanics of the home works, and second, they tell you about any deferred maintenance that the home may need. So it's just not to find out problems in the home, which we talked with a mold guy not long ago, I'd probably say about 6 months ago, and up in Northern Virginia. He was saying that he was getting calls from homeowners who waived home inspections and now they're having water issues and all kinds of things. And he said it is basically just a hot mess. In a nutshell, that's what he said to us. Not us saying that, but that's what the mold guy said. So again, really important to do a home inspection, even if it's for informational purposes only, or you bring a home inspector or somebody, a contractor with you that is really knowledgeable about the construction of the homes. So that's one fee, is the home inspection fee. The other would be the appraisal, and that can range in between, I'd say $450 all the way up to $750, depending upon what area and the size of the home again. So those are two costs right off the bat. And then as far as closing costs, if you don't have about 3.5% down, to put down on a property, then you're going to need that 3.5%. That's if you're doing the FHA. Conventional typically is about 5% all the way up to 25%. depending upon your personal preference of what type of loan and mortgage payment and monthly payment that you're looking to have at the end of the day. So FHA, conventional. And then, of course, you have those 100% loans where you do not need the closing cost because it's rolled into your loan. But the down payment. So you don't need the down payment, but there is the other 3% in closing cost assistance for all of the loans. So you have two fees. One is the down payment, which is typically 3 to 25% that I just shared with you guys, or you're talking about the buyer's closing costs, and these are fees that you need to in order to close your loan. And sometimes in certain markets, not so much right now, that the seller is paying some of that on your behalf. So most of the time right now, 2021, 2021, both years, the last 2 years, basically the sellers I've seen most pay about 1%. In the markets prior, they'd pay 3% pretty much all day long. That was what the market was bearing at the time. So depending upon when you're watching this video, you basically want to give me a call, you want to shoot me a text, send me an email, reach out however you can so you can find out exactly what the market is doing and how it compares to what your perception is or what you're thinking it is. We can tell you the truth and what is really going on. So in regards to how much money that you need to close a house, there's calculators out there. If you want to drop me a message, comment below. I've got a calculator that can help you. I'm not a loan officer again. This is a tool that I have within my MLS. I can plug in an interest rate. I can plug in 15 years, 30 years, down payments, HOA, taxes, everything that we know, just to give you a general ballpark. If you just want to have an idea before you speak with a lender. Maybe you just want to get your ducks in a row. But anyway, between myself and the lender, we can get you that foundation. So saving money, putting it aside, having assets, getting your credit cards down to that 30% of the balance that's owed. So all these things are really, really important if you want to get the best interest rate. And finding the best house, you've got to make sure that you've got that lender letter in hand right now in this market. You can't apply for a loan and expect to get that seller to accept your offer when somebody else has already gone through the process. And most of the time, if you've got everything on your desktop or in Google Drive somewhere where you can just upload those documents, typically you need 2 years worth of tax returns and your bank statements and also your pay stubs. I believe it's in between 2 and 3 months of your bank statements and your pay stubs. So that's just to get you going so they can run you through the automated process that they've got this little program, and they'll give you an idea if you are going to qualify for a loan. So in a nutshell, I think it's an awesome time to buy a property. The interest rates are still low. You don't need a whole bunch of money down. Misperception, you got to have perfect credit. You got to have a lot of money. Those are myths. You do need some money, and you do need to have good credit and everything in order. So if you're thinking about moving and relocating here to the Fredericksburg area, all the way up to Northern Virginia, down to Orange County, everywhere in between, I'm Barbara Jennings, your local realtor. And people are giving us a call, they're shooting us an email, they're sending us a text, letting us know what they're looking for, where they're looking for, reaching out to us days, nights, weekends, trying to find out where that perfect home is going to be for them, their family, or whomever they're bringing along. And remember to subscribe to my channel and tap that little bell so you get notified of all the new videos that I put out every single week, letting you know what it's like to eat, sleep, play, work, your lifestyle, your work style, anything that you want to know about the area. And if I haven't covered it in any of my videos, hey, just drop me a comment below and let me know what you want to know. I'll film it, get it on the schedule, and one day I am hoping to meet you in person.